Good evening, Vineland High School football fans, and welcome to Cherry Hill West High School football field as your Fighting Clan get set for their final regular season game of the season. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa up in the booth with you, and Rich, Vineland coming off that dominant homecoming win last Saturday against Highland, looking to build on that and finish this regular season slate on a high note here on the road.
Yeah, they were playing a pretty good defense, and that offense looked so different with all the motions, loop back motion. And it really put the defense at a disadvantage, and the offense executed, in my eyes, we put up 54 before, but this was different. And Highland kept coming defensively, and the offense was outstanding. But we're taking for granted a defense that didn't net a yard. But in this one, both teams come in 2-2 in this Freedom Division of the West Jersey Football League, and we are underway.
Morello kicks this one off, and Cherry Hill West will return up past the 30 and knocked out of bounds there by Charles Clark.
You heard my Did you see what you go up when you're going to be tackling the guy, you may take on a block, but then you don't turn your head from the ball carrier to make another one. Fortunately, enough support there for Vineland. But these two teams at 2-2, there's some similarities along the way with common wins and common losses. But as we get into it, this is going to be a test like Atlantic City when you have a quarterback that leads the team in rushing and can throw the ball some. And it was a struggle for the defense versus AC's QB.
So Baker keeps this one. Stays on his feet. Turns a run that looked like it was going to fall right at the line of scrimmage into positive yards.
Yeah, sometimes that aggressiveness about trying to get to the football also gets the runner an extra 2 or 3 yards, and we don't want to have him get underway today.
Second in about 3 here for Cherry Hill West. Line up in shotgun. Man in motion. They go to trips bunch to the bottom of your screen. Baker looking to throw. It's a screen pass to the outside. And Vineland makes the stop there shy of the first down marker.
Oh, a good stop by Noah Cruz, being able to pull him back to keep him from that first down. So as we started with Baker at quarterback, completes 42% of his passes, has thrown for 639, has led the team in rushing with 450. So he's averaging 6 yards a carry. So that threat is going to be tough. And Barrios, the top receiver, is also their next best running back in volume.
They hand this one off.
Number 22, Judah Carter.
And they did say on that last completion they picked up the first down. So that was 1st and 10 there on the carry.
Yeah, there's 3 bodies in the backfield, which make it a little difficult and actually makes us a little tighter on defense. So those swing passes was a good idea, but defended very well.
And number 22, Judah Carter for Cherry Hill West, was slow to limp off the field. He's on their bench right now, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully he's okay, but that's a player that's coming out of the lineup there for Cherry Hill West. Been in there to start this ball game. As Baker looking to pass. He fires and completes it to the sideline to number 16, Avi Ben David.
Setting up a 3rd and about 4.
And this is a down where you want to see the likes of Noah Cruz, where you want to see Mark Mutcherson and Omar Davis and that linebacker crew really cause some havoc and push them back and force them into a 4th down here. 3rd and 5 upcoming. Fake the handoff, they throw it, and it's incomplete off the hands of number 18, Ryan Breeze.
So decision time here for West as Vineland holds to 4th and 5.
Mason Afanador was in there on the coverage. And it looks like Cherry Hill West is going to punt here. So a nice stand there for the Vineland defense. They give up the 1 first down picked up, but stand pat and don't let Cherry Hill West get past midfield.
Vineland this year, over 20 yards, 21 yards per punt return. And that was one of the highlights of the special teams.
And it's a high perpendicular punt. That'll be down at about the 31, 32-yard line for Vineland. And we'll see this offense that was able to operate pretty loose and free on Saturday against Highland. Charles Clark had 2 touchdowns in that game on the ground. We saw George Figueroa III get his first varsity touchdown on the ground as well. And we'll see if they can continue and kind of just establish the run here, because we both know from seeing it up close, Rich, when they're able to run the ball, this Vineland football team, it really opens up things for the passing game. And Elijah Calderon's able to move the ball around the field with his arm.
Yeah, and this defensive line isn't shabby for Cherry Hill West, but they're not as large as some of the others we faced.
Diaz, the man in motion there. Is Calderon going to pass on first down, swings it to Diaz, and it's off his hands, picks it up because he thinks it's behind the line. No whistle blew, so good awareness there by Xavier Diaz to pick that football up. Probably a loss of 1 maybe.
Yeah, and that could have been destructive. You know, a loss of 7 on first down, so good job by Diaz diving forward and almost getting back to that line of scrimmage.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 11 here. Saquon Anderson, the receiver, to the bottom of your screen. As they pitch this one out. Picking up.
I think they're saying Clark was down. Yeah, unblocked safety on a stunt. Clark eludes him, but that just throws everything off on that play. A good job to get back to the line. That's 2 out of 3 plays we've had to say that.
I believe they picked up 2 on that one, so it'll be 3rd and 9 here, and a very similar situation to Saturday's game, where 2 plays went for kind of negative or no yards, and you have a 3rd and long situation here. So let's see what Calderon does. Needs that O-line to really hold the blocks here on 3rd and 9. Looking to pass. And off the mark for Xavier Diaz. Kind of overthrew that one. Looked like a pretty pass, but.
Yeah, and they sent a couple extra people. The line did a good job slowing them up so Calderon could deliver that, just timing off a little bit. And those slants are always difficult. So Brosh in to punt it away. Hopefully there's not a lot of pressure, but he's done extremely well under pressure with that.
Low punt, maybe got a hand on that one. It will be returned. It's Avi Ben David on the punt return, but taken down, and a flag comes in, but Noah Cruz makes the stop.
There's a flag on the flag.
Yeah, that's one of the key things that make the special teams go, are sprinkling in half first team, half second team, and listening to Guzman's Gridiron. We talked a lot about scout team, you know, and that's something that really doesn't, and that's a face mask on us, really doesn't get enough talk. I can remember in high school, John Powers was our scout running back, and probably could have started for a lot of teams, but he'd have to wear the jersey number, and we would just hate him all week while we're on the field. He was our prime target.
So 1st and 10 here for Cherry Hill West. As Baker lines up in shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off, and Vineland's all over it.
That away.
Donnie St. Jean, Rayon Carter in that scrum.
Got a little distracted. It's the skinniest Lion I've ever seen down there for the Cherry Hill West Lions. They had some really nice looking pizza and pretzel sticks. We're going to have to drop a few off.
Second and 11 here for Cherry Hill West. It's a fake handoff. Baker fires, and it's off the hands of Ryan Breeze. Incomplete.
Yeah, 6'2" going across. He looked like 6'4" with a long, what we call that, wingspan.
Yeah, you talk about the scout team, Rich, and I talked to Coach about it this week on the podcast, which you guys can subscribe wherever you get your podcasts in audio form, or subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel to watch it each and every week during the season of Guzman's Gridiron. And they were using Antoine Witt this week to kind of simulate what Hayden Baker's able to do. As he drops back to pass, fires, completes it. Vineland's there, but they can't make the tackle. Finally brought down by Mason Afanador and Saquon Anderson. But Baker's one of those multi-dimensional quarterbacks who is able to sling the rock around the field wherever he's able to pinpoint it, and he can use his legs to his advantage as well. And when you have somebody like Antoine Witt, who we've seen in multiple games this year, he can do the same thing. And when you have that in your stable, that's a great advantage for practice and just getting ready for an opponent, especially in a road game.
Well, and watching some film on the quarterback, it's like against Pennsauken, open the game up with the first score on a 40-yard pass. Well, lining up to be conservative. Let's not jump off sides on this 4th and 2.
Rayon Carter almost got in there to block it, but Mark Mutcherson fields it. He's going to return it up past the 20, up past the 30, 35-40. He's at midfield, all the way up, past midfield, down the 30, 25-20. Mutcherson staying on his feet and taken down at the 19-yard line. A great return by number 7, Mark Mutcherson.
Boy, and number 14 just was hanging out there from the other team. A few guys thought about hitting him, but he did a great job turning him in. But, you know, let's boost up that 20.1 yards per punt return on that one. Mutcherson uses the speed and his vision.
Great dynamic return.
Great field position down to the 19. And there you had a 4th and 2 on your opponent's side of the field. I think next time the play may be from them to go for it there.
Calderon moves a man in motion, hands it off. Bouncing around the outside is Charles Clark. Clark stays on his feet and he's taken down inside
Charles
the 10.
Clark carries for Vineland.
Boy, just really nice blocking so far from Vineland. And it was almost like watching some Eagles highlights from last week. How receivers really didn't catch the ball, but don't forget about us blocking, and that's exactly what happens. You know, all these guys, all the slot receivers, the extra backs, they're so athletic and able to sustain some blocks. Then you mix in the speed from Clark on that. So this is 2 plays in a row where speed has been a big advantage for us.
1st and goal from the 8 here for Vineland. Calderon keeps it, rolls out, fires towards the end zone, and off the hands of Mason Afanador, incomplete.
Yeah, a little rushed on that. Not much pressure. Had 2 guys there. Afanador was more open, but you know it's where you can kind of put a little touch on it because you want to give them time to get in.
It'll be 2nd and goal here for Vineland as they look to get some points on the board.
Kind of like Brett Favre when you have a rocket. You know, it's not real fun to just bloop it.
Man in motion. Calderon keeps it, rolling out, directing traffic, fires, and it's complete for a touchdown to Jose Phoebus.
Phoebus, the captain, pulls that in, and just when you said a little more touch, that one was zipped right where it gets to him and the defender's there. A 1/10 of a second. Just outstanding ball by the freshman quarterback, and Phoebus did a nice job seeing him roll, drop back. That wasn't the initial route.
Phoebus taking on that fullback role this year, gets his first touchdown through the air. We'll have to double check. I think it might be his first touchdown of the year in general.
Number 27, Jonathan Ruger.
Ruger sends that one through, and the extra point is good. So with 5:06 remaining here in this first quarter, Vineland takes a 7-0 lead. And, you know, I think going back to the Phoebus touchdown, you talk about how he's embraced this new role and taken it on in full stride. And for him to be able to run a route like that, take the traffic that he's being directed in and saying, hey, I need you to go this way from Calderon, that's great positioning by Phoebus to come up with the touchdown there and put Vineland up top.
And what a nice reward for doing all that, and a wonderful throw. But special teams, again, started, you know, on the show, and that's my communication with Jose during the season. I try to stay out of it. You got all that covered. But I did text him about his miracle hoodie, but he didn't want to play. So, no, but these teams, when you can get up early, it presses, and we're kind of both in the same boat. When Pennsauken got up, it was hard for us to respond. And special teams set up that score. You're a 3-and-out away from getting that offense. And it's kind of good. For Mutcherson, I wish he would have scored and got in. Mm-hmm. But also to be able to execute from the 20 and get in, you know, it gives the offense more confidence coming back out.
So Morello sends this one. Bounced and picked up for the return. The Vineland all over the return man as he brings it up just past the 30-yard line. I think also, you know, in those situations we've typically seen Vineland hand the ball off or hold on to quarterback keepers there. For them to kind of figure out a little bit of short passing game in the red zone is a huge benefit here.
Yeah, and when you're a defender and you've watched film, and then all of a sudden you're watching him roll and you're looking in the backfield and you're, oh no, and you're a step behind. And that's what all that new motion has done just in regular sets. So West back to offense. They've moved it a little.
Low snap, but they're able to get the
old
pitch out there. But not much on the ground.
Oh, what great pursuit. Right side defensive tackle for us. Got grabbed and pulled down. The official almost drew his flag like he was, you know, in an old West movie. Didn't throw at the pursuit, though. Ah, jeez. So you debated on the hold, then you get it. That's why when you see it, you got to throw it. So second face mask on Vineland.
Saw Coach Guzman kind of coming out on the field a little bit there. He didn't seem too happy about that call that was about to come through, especially when that hold happens. It should be an offset type of situation. So 1st and 10 here for Cherry Hill West. They'll hand it off. And a nice stop there.
Like Cruz again, and you can almost tell when he's in on it because you see these feet churning and the back stop and all the momentum go the other way. So 2 face mask penalties. Could have used the one called in last night's NFL game to get Justin Jefferson a few more touches, a couple catches, maybe get in there and have a great finish to a game. But this guy should have been there because he ain't missing anything. So 2nd and really short now.
Keeper by Baker, and he's got plenty of room to run. Cruz in pursuit and takes him down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, fortunately, we're really good open field tacklers there, and you can see not that quarterback isn't fast, but that different level of speed that we had, you know, to be able to track him down even.
See a fresh set of downs here. Best field position Cherry Hill West has had so far in this game.
And they're responding. They haven't converted on force. They're responding to the Vineland score.
As they hand this one off. The Vineland's all over it. Ben Rojas Torres was in there. Looked like he was launched out of a cannon. Looked like Gonzo on the Muppets, just ready to go.
It's almost like the way the D-backs are coming up on that run, or outside backers, whatever. The way they're coming up is almost like I can hear coaches at practice. Make your read, believe in your read, and get to it because they're flying to the football.
Rojas Torres has been a great piece for this Vineland defense since he's found his spot, you know, kind of being an edge rushing hybrid player for Coach Smith's defense. And he's finding his ways. This one's pitched to the running back, and Vineland once again all over behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, the way Vineland had so much pressure on that, I almost thought it was going to be like a pitch back. It was almost like a screen. We had so many guys back there. They are not hesitating. When they make a read, they're believing in it and getting to it.
Got 3rd and 12 here for Cherry Hill West, under 2 minutes to go.
And this is down and distance type time now. Look to see if they try some play action to try to get Vineland a step or two out of position here.
Cherry Hill West in shotgun. Baker rolling, fires, and it's tipped off the hand of Mark Mudgerson. Great defense there as he defends Ryan Breeze.
Now, I bet you they're going to go for this here.
And again, you know, I talked to Coach Guzman about it this week too, and he mentioned Much has really found his spot at that linebacker position. Now coming down from playing safety and is really playing that outside linebacker spot extremely well. And this linebacker unit for Coach Smith's defense has been outstanding this year.
Well, they are going to punt it again. They were a little closer this time at the 36. Beautiful snap.
And a low punt. It'll roll. And it's picked up by Saquon Anderson.
Good job by Anderson, because that rolls down to about the 3 or.
Just going to say that, you know, a
2
lot of people will
line.
see, like, why are you picking it up there? And it's rather than letting it roll even further back and preventing you from being in a situation where if something goes wrong, you end up giving up a safety. You now have a little bit of breathing room, and obviously you're going to have to work your way down the field, but that's a much better spot to find yourself in at the 11 rather than inside the 5.
Yeah, because you're inside the 5. Your first play is try to get 3 yards so you can operate. So that sets you up with 2nd and 8, and you're pinned back.
So 1st and 10 here from the 11-yard line for Vineland. Calderon in shotgun all by himself. Figueroa the third takes the handoff as he was the man in motion and picks up a couple there.
Big seam in the middle, but going too fast and got by where that seam was. Well,
Figueroa picks up 4.
You know, and that's something throughout the year we talked about, athleticism and how similar the tools are on a lot of players on Vineland. But speed, we may have taken some of that for granted, but that's what's hurting Cherry Hill West here, isn't them not being in position, just not being able to keep up.
This could be the last play of this quarter. We'll see how things shake out, but Calderon looked like he got him to jump, but nothing called. It's handed off. A nice run there to pick up a couple more by Charles Clark. And it looks like Vineland's going to be all right heading to the 2nd quarter with the ball and the lead. As the clock ticks down, and that is the end of the 1st quarter. Your Fighting Clan with a 7-0 lead on the Jose Phoebus receiving touchdown. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right when the 2nd quarter gets underway. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Varsity Football right here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. And welcome back, everybody. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa here in the booth with you. Second quarter about to get underway. Your Fighting Clan with a 7-0 lead here on the road against Cherry Hill West as Elijah Calderon swings this one to the outside. Staying on his feet is Xavion Diaz, reversing field completely. And up past the 35-yard line, out of bounds goes Xavion Diaz. What a play by number 1.
Yeah, a little bit of a block in the back that same official, this one would have been on us. He didn't throw it there, but, you know, that transition, when you saw it, we had a whole wall of blockers, but you can't let somebody get on the other side of you. You got to start stalk block, and had they have done that, that one's a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Especially with Diaz's breakaway speed, nobody's catching him in the open field. And if they're going to, they're going to have to earn it because he's not going to let you catch him.
I guess it's a battle between who's going to play basketball and who's doing winter track with our skills.
Diaz at the bottom of your screen. Calderon moves a man in motion, hands it off to Charles Clark, bounces around the outside, stays on his feet. A nice gain there for Clark on first down.
Yeah, he opted not to take the hole in the middle and to get out wide, and he ended up making it work for him.
So picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 here for Vineland.
Looks like they took Sacred Heart's old mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a little skinny lion, too.
Blast from the past there with Sacred Heart. 2nd and 5. Mutcherson in motion. Calderon fires, and just out of the reach of Saquon Anderson.
Boy, he had a step, and
that one almost felt like it was kind of on both of them. He put it in a good position for Saquon. Saquon saw the ball and kind of stopped his motion there on the route running, thinking it was going to be placed right in his hands. If Saquon keeps running there, it probably drops right into his hands, and he's gone for a touchdown.
You know, like you were talking about the ability of the receivers to come back to the football and get it on different routes. But the same thing is, like, you can tell they're taught when it gets in the air, track it, and it takes a second. Mm-hmm. But you ideally want to keep your feet moving at the same pace while you're doing it. Little overthrown and a little underrun.
3rd and 5 here. Looks like a blitz is coming. Calderon gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Anderson, the intended receiver there, but he was well defended there by Storm McCray.
Yeah, just not in sync with any route with a slant to it. And between both offensive line did a nice job picking up that stunt in the middle. So Brosh to kick it away again.
Bit of a low snap. He recovers and somehow gets that away. That'll be fair caught at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and trying to gauge Brosh's punting. And I'm not saying, oh, well, they're getting to him every time. That happens. You know, so they trick you, they do something. But he has an uncanny ability to be able to get his foot to the ball without it being blocked. Whether he has to kick a line drive, whether he doesn't follow through and short kicks it. And for your first year punting, to be able to do the hard things to gain that field position, you know, is really, really important. Because if you have somebody back there that can punt it 50 yards, but it's the same way all the time, we would have more punts blocked. So decent field position for West. They broke a couple runs. And it's just going to be interesting to see how they get the quarterback running aside from that quarterback draw up the middle. Like, is he going to follow the back?
1st and 10, they're looking to pass, and Baker's hit hard. By Donnie St. Jean.
Well, St. Jean makes the hit. The ball comes loose, but West jumps on top of it. But that'll be a loss.
It's a huge hit, but it's a clean hit.
And they're the best hits. Remember back in the day, Ian Anderson, just two-arm shivered a guy, but he was so big and strong, the kid went flying, we got a penalty, and it was like, it's almost like you couldn't block on special teams.
So 2nd and 15 after the big hit and fumble.
It's almost like you want to keep somebody on top on these slants, be able to be coming forward instead of running with them.
Baker hands it off. Plenty of room and picks up a first down and more up past midfield. Goes Clayton Tyson.
There's an explosive play for them there, really big after that loss of 5. Then they jump right back on Vineland's side of the field. Not very many drives, you get a sack and they get a first down.
Hand it off again. Mark Mutcherson. Eden Barriento in there to make the stop.
Well, it seems like it's really not counter, but they're running away from their strong side, like just inside the tackle, and they're hitting it so fast. It's full speed. They're not looking for a hole. It is just full speed, and they're having some success with that.
So bring up 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain on the ground.
We're way off that slot receiver. He's in motion.
They fake the pitch. Baker keeps it. And gets taken down, but it's going to be right at the marker. And probably got enough for the first.
Yeah, this is going to do a lot for the confidence of Cherry Hill West. As I mentioned the sack, forgot to mention the fumble. A sack fumble, you recover it, pick up 20, 25 yards to get yourself a first down, and now you're on the move.
Now 8.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Baker looking to pass. He keeps it, finds a hole up the middle, and gets taken down by Noah Cruz.
What a heady play by Baker at the end of that to jump and twist and pick up a couple extra yards knowing he was going down. Boy, we really closed quick. I thought that was going to be at least 5. We really closed on that nice. And he's shifty in the middle of the field. It's hard to really keep your eyes on him.
Mm-hmm. Baker keeps it, fires, completes it. Ryan Breeze finally gets his first catch.
And Cruz turns around and tackles him from behind him. And it was enough for the first down. You know, that's a play where you're inches away from a sack or a deflected pass, and just Baker does an outstanding job hitting the one outlet that he had. So they're mixing up the run and the pass really nice on this drive, and you weren't expecting it on first.
Baker looking to pass. Fires, completes it. And taken down by Mark Mutcherson is Avi Ben David.
Baker's pass complete to number 16.
That's the last 2 first downs were pass plays. So that keeps Vineland back, and now they can run underneath it. Really doing a nice job mixing it up. It's West. This defense has a shutout streak going.
Pass, fire into the end zone.
Baker pass ball's incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Headed for number 18, Breeze.
Had him open back there by a good 5 yards. But quickly we have third. I'd run it twice if I was them. you know, when you have a player get open in the back of the end zone, safeties, corners are thinking it can't let them behind us, and that gets you on your heel. And that's when a run underneath you picks up an extra yard or two. So 3rd and a short 5.
It's handed off.
Number 10, Clayton Tyson carries the left.
Boy, he squirted through there. Almost looked like the ball was on the ground the way he ended up falling forward.
4th and 1, a huge down here for the Vineland defense. As Clayton Tyson picked up 4 on that 3rd down carry for Cherry Hill West. Fourth and 1, they're going to line up in shotgun. Baker keeps it.
Number 5, Hayden Baker carries. For Cherry
Up
Hill
for a
West,
first down.
first down.
Thought he had it pretty easily, but it was right there. Just got it.
So 1st and goal now for Cherry Hill.
It's been a long drive controlling the football.
So we tick under 5 minutes to go here in this first half. Motion, Baker keeps it.
Number 5, Hayden Baker keeps the ball for West.
Picks up about 2
2nd and goal.
from the 8.
There's Aiden Zincraft in there to help make the stop. Second and goal now.
Similar formation. And Vineland and Coach Shelton take a timeout.
3:58.
And a good time to take one. Not just you've been out there and you're tired, but it's time to refocus and regroup. Everything that happened doesn't matter. Just keep them out here. Heck, they even do it in the NFL with grown men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a timeout. Well, I'll use it here.
Can't bring it to the locker room with you.
Would be neat if you brought 2, you got an extra
That'd
one.
be great.
That'd be something fun to see. Maybe even the playing field with Andy Reid, because his time management is so bad. He may make some mistakes with that. We talked before, but that amazes me.
Yeah.
Like, Hall of Fame at your profession, but there's just one little part. So big stand here for Vineland, 2nd and goal from the 8. That's 7-0 lead. West has moved it on this drive. Previous drives, 2 first downs in 2 possessions before this one.
Baker looking to pass. Nobody
Number
there.
5, Baker's pass ball is incomplete.
3rd and goal.
3:57 to go.
That's like the first one Baker didn't have within the frame of a
Right.
body of a receiver. And I think a little bit of that was there was a seam to try to make a dash towards the end zone, and I think deciding to stay and throw it, you know, his eyes had come off his receiver.
3rd and goal.
Vineland deferred the first half, so they will get the ball to start the second.
Low snap, Baker keeps it and taken down for the sack by Rayon Carter.
It makes it a lot easier to defend this play here on 4th and goal. Ball looks like it's going to be at the 16. I thought it was 4th, yeah.
Carter was our MVP of the game last week on homecoming.
There goes the down guy. And that was a heck of a call, too, because that's what got it all started. That 4th and 12 after they wisely drew them off sides. They're going to try a field goal here.
Spotted, kick is up.
33-yarder is a low bullet, and it shoots through the uprights for West. Strong leg. Didn't get that one to turn over, but like a missile.
Anthony Vanilla, the kicker there. So 3:07 to go. Vineland still leads 7-3.
And Vineland will have that double possession here with 3 minutes to go. They'll be getting the ball, and they'll get the opening kickoff. Get a little double dip action here.
So in a drive here, Richmond, there is, a little over 3 minutes to go. You're getting the ball back. You still have the lead. If you're on that sideline, what's kind of the situation that you want to put the offense in to kind of move the ball down the field, take as much time off the clock as well, but hopefully end up in the end zone?
Well, the first thing for me is knowing I'm getting the ball to start the second half. If they were getting it to start the second half, I'd press a little harder. Right now, I just want to get a first down or two and then know that I'm going to be the last to possess and then go a little deeper. Now, everything I've ever said, like, take a knee, boom, and we score. Why would you draw them all sides? It's 3rd and 17, and it made all the difference. But to me, it's a matter of them not having another possession, me not having to press as hard because I'm going to get the ball, and they're going to have to kick it to me. And I'm mostly on the defensive, Vineland's defensive side, I'm watching these slants not get completed by Cherry Hill West, but I'm watching them be there. So I'm leery if he just drops back and throws that they break a tackle and they could be gone. And that's what their offense would be, getting the ball back with a minute left.
So Vanilla squibs this one up past the 20. Picked up. Not much there for Xavier Diaz as he goes out of bounds.
Well, we just saw a heck of a field goal and then a heck of a squib kick. I'm going to see if we could get our feet out of bounds and lay down and touch it like you see sometimes. So Vineland pinned back. And this is 2 drives in a row, starting inside your 15. And West moved it down the field when they were on the ground by just attacking where they should with the football. Not looking around, not trying to find something fancy. And that's the kind of offense that we should be able to push on West with that offensive line of ours.
So Much moves in motion. Calderon hands it off to Mutcherson. Slips up there.
See, you go and you block the second guy and not the first guy. Wrong guy. That makes all the difference in the world.
Muchie loses 4 on that carry.
And that's been a few times tonight. We let the closest guy, when we're trying to get to the edge, go and go after the second guy. So now you probably got to run it again.
Four receiver set. Charles Clark, the running back, with Calderon in shotgun. Calderon looking to pass here. He fires, finds Clark, and a nice pickup there on second down.
And he's maybe just a little short. Looking at the far judge, maybe a yard. All right.
Give him the first down there. It's a nice route by Charles Clark. You know, it's not going to be celebrated as this all-world play, but, you know, he finds the open space all by himself, gives Calderon a little bit of time to find him, and he's open and picks up the first down. It's a big play there for Vineland.
Yeah, and right on target is Calderon, on target and on time with it. No pressure on him on that one. Because I think everybody was thinking we were going to run. I certainly was.
So Calderon looking to pass again. He's firing deep. And it's caught.
Oh, my goodness.
By Mark Mutcherson.
Have yourself a game, Much. The kick return, couple carries.
He stretched his body out as long as it could. Looked like Slinky Dog from Toy Story going out and reaching for that one. And the body control to come down with it, keep possession. That's a remarkable play there by Mark Mutcherson, no pun intended.
Like a double clutch and not to lose it, like you said, is remarkable.
So first down here for Vineland. Calderon passes again, and it's off the hands of Rayon Carter. It didn't look like he was ready for that one. So bring up second down here for Vineland with about 1:29 to go here in this first half. And if you're Coach Guzman, you're Coach Hendricks, that play happens, you definitely want to put points on the board here. You have to find a way to either get in field goal range for yourself or get in the end zone and really capitalize on this drive that started so far back in your own zone. Calderon going to pass again, rolling out. He's holding, fires, and off the hands of Saquon Anderson. Incomplete. 1:22 to go.
And it's quickly third down.
Third down.
Ball's at the 36-yard line.
As you see on our beautiful graphics, Vineland with 2 timeouts left.
Calderon going to line up under center here, I formation. Fake the handoff. Calderon rolling, fires, and off the hands of Noah Cruz, but there's a flag.
There's a flag on the flag.
Oh, an eligible receiver downfield on Vineland. Of course, that's declined, bringing 4th and 10.
And a timeout from Cherry Hill West.
Yeah, they were close to getting to that last punt. With the pressure again, Bosch just needs to put his foot on it, and we'll get the ball. Only have to defend for a minute.
1:16 to go here in this first half.
Yeah, that beautiful catch by Mutcherson, and you can't cash in that beautiful return. And fortunately, we finally did get in on that, but he's really set the team up nice. It's a little extra long talking on the Vineland side. See if they might be thinking to fake this one. Matter of fact, they're not going to fake it. They're going to go for it.
Gutsy call here for Vineland. Calderon looking to pass. He's firing deep. And there's nothing there as Mutcherson defended really well by Storm McCray.
So there's some time on the clock with 1:10. Nobody behind you, fellas. Baker has them ready from their own 36.
Hand it off. Clayton Tyson picks up about 8. Give him 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4.
It's like West will be content going into halftime.
Botched the snap there and taken down for the sack by Jose Phoebus.
Touchdown and a sack in the first half. That may do it for the first half, as West has a chance at one more play if they want it. But it doesn't look like they're going to take it as Baker leads them off the field. Great first half of football, 7-3, and an offense that couldn't move the ball early certainly did on their last drive, and West defending well. So this is getting tighter, but Vineland will be getting the football.
So that'll do it for the first half here. Vineland goes into halftime with a 7-3 lead, a touchdown reception by Jose Phoebus. He gets the scoring going, and he ends this half with a big old boom. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Varsity Football right here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel.
by the Cherry Hill West Marching Band. Imagine you are traveling through a world filled with gardens, and you stumble across a stairway. A piper stands without calling you to join him. You can choose from two paths. One that leads to the piper and a better tomorrow, and one that will continue to consume you with darkness. Can you trust the piper? Should we climb the staircase to a better tomorrow? Come with the Cherry Hill West Marching Band as they work up the stairway. Imagine what a better tomorrow can look like. Featuring music from Led Zeppelin and Frank Kitchell, the Cherry Hill West Marching Band proudly presents Stairway to a Better Tomorrow. Cherry Hill West Marching Band staff includes Christopher Miller, Vincent Pagliara, Bethany Mandel, Ricky Ianlow, and Ryan Sager. And a thank you to the Marching Band Music Organization, Marching Band families, and the Cherry Hill community for their help in making this performance a success. Now, drum major, Julian Zappolo, and Alana Kote, is your band ready?
Stairway to a better tomorrow. Stairway. It makes me wonder. Stairway. A better tomorrow. Stairway. me to join you. The piper will lead us to reason. There are two paths you can go by. As we wind on down the road, and one is all. A new day will dawn. Stairway to a better tomorrow. It makes me wonder. A better tomorrow. Stairway.
Number 66, Anthony Vanilla, into kickoff to start the second half of play.
And welcome back, everybody. Varsity football Friday Night Lights. Finally, Friday Night Lights, Rich.
Oh, it's not going to last from what I hear.
Here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel, here at Cherry Hill West High School football field. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa up in the booth with you as your Fighting Clan have a 7-3 lead coming out of halftime, and they receive this opening kickoff as they deferred to start the game, and still on his feet is Saquon Anderson. Cuts up past the 40-yard line, and a great return for number 5 to get things going for the Fighting Clan here in the second half.
Yeah, Anderson started about at his own 5. Really did a nice job. And our Vineland players in open field has been a really big problem for Cherry Hill. Just to recap that first half, it was the defense shutting everything down. Cherry Hill drove and started just hitting these quick-hitting run plays, picking up 3 or 4, and were able to matriculate down for the field goal. Vineland's had success through the air and running, but I want to attack the edges a little bit more than we were.
So 1st and 10 here for Vineland. It's pitched. And not much there for Charles Clark. I'll bring up 2nd down. And back in that first half, Vineland got their lone touchdown on a receiving touchdown from Jose Phoebus. Anthony Vanilla for Cherry Hill West kicked a field goal. And that's where the scoring stands as of right now.
You know, on that last one, the bottom defender, the edge defender, you know, was getting trapped on that motion, and he held his ground enough to take away that room Clark needed to get through.
2nd and 11 from the 40.
I am missing that creative motion we were doing. We haven't really made them make decisions or show their hand.
It off to Clark. Clark evades the tackler, stays behind his blocker and picks up a 1st down and more. Stays on his feet, down inside the 30-yard line. What a run from Charles Clark.
And talk about creative motion, they do it that time. And as he goes back in motion where he came from, he's the lead blocker. And the defender, when he comes away from him, comes up to the edge of the line. He sucks in 7-8 yards, and that lets us seal the corner. Outstanding job.
It's a great block there from Xavier Diaz to kind of lead the way for Charles. Charles takes the handoff again. Looked like a face mask a little bit there, but stays on his feet, picks up positive yards yet again.
And a great finish. It was Breeze for the defense that stopped that forward momentum. I do think if there's one thing that's been going on tonight is we're not engaging in the block quick enough. And we can't let a different color shirt go by us if your job is, you know, first other color you see. Normally that's the job unless the running back is right in your hip pocket, then it's blaze a trail.
So Clark picked up 4 on that last run, so 2nd and 6 here. Rayon Carter in motion. Handed off to Clark again. Unable to turn upfield.
We did a great job getting between the 2 defenders and getting down to the ground there. Saved a yard or 2.
So bring up 3rd down here for Vineland.
All right, so that motion has been the lead block. Let's see if Vineland goes opposite of that here on a pass.
3rd and 7. Calderon rolls out, directing traffic, stays on his feet, and gets out of bounds.
Number 11, Elijah Calderon, keeps the ball for Vineland
at around the 20-yard line.
4th and 4.
So Vineland picks up 3 there. Looks like Vineland's going to go for it here on 4th and 4.
Big play call, big play for both sides.
Fourth and 4 here for Vineland. Calderon lines up with Charles Clark in the backfield. And a flag. And a delay of game penalty called against Vineland.
Know that we've had many, if any, other of those. No, normally you get a feel like, oh, this is taking a while. Didn't have it that time. Wasn't like Vineland was hesitant in what they were doing. They kept the offense out there the whole time. But so Vineland's still going to attempt it. It's 4th and a long 9.
See if they try the hard count here and get the 5 yards back. Carter in motion. Calderon firing to the corner, and it's picked off right at the goal line.
Boy, he's quick.
And all the way up past midfield. He's got one man to beat, and he does that on the cut-in and all the way back for a pick 6.
There is a flag back at the 7-yard line.
Jordan Barrios makes the interception.
Carter's saying it's on them, it's coming back.
Got his cardio in for the day.
Well, looks like they're saying a face mask again. So if it's on Cherry Hill, it's coming back. And if it's offsetting, it's coming back. As long as it's not on us.
Personal foul.
That was Barrios on the interception, right? He was fast.
They called it roughing the passer penalty.
So offsetting penalties. Then we go back. Jack, do it again. I think both fouls were on the defense now. Let's walk it off because they showed one declined. So that meant one accepted.
There we go.
The fans aren't going to like that.
So the roughing the passer penalty is being enforced there. So that gives Vineland a first down at the 19-yard line.
All right, let's hit something and get it in right now.
And a timeout called by Vineland.
Don't know if this is a play calling timeout as much as things were getting chippy.
Yeah.
Don't let them sucker you into a penalty. Not saying that's their intent by any means, but make sure you don't retaliate or nothing.
On top of that, kind of just, a lot of chaos going on with the penalties kind of, can fluster you a little bit. Let's regroup, reset.
And flustered Vineland because they had a play ready to go on that 4th and 10 again.
And your play calls on 4th and 10, 4th and 9 are going to be a lot different than 1st and 10.
That's a great point, too, there, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
So Calderon gets set here. Mutcherson in motion. It's handed off to Clark. Clark trying to find a lane. Taken down.
Vineland Hale goes number 6, Clark. No gain on the play, second down.
For no gain. So 2nd and 10 now.
I kind of like if that motion, that time it's Mutcherson. Like, if he's stretching it out, just get up the field and you're not making a block, but go hit somebody.
And we know Mutch can do that.
Oh, he's had an outstanding game today.
2nd and 10 here for Vineland.
It's almost like for all you've done, this touchdown's for you, hopefully.
Calderon pitches it to Clark.
Stay on that block.
That's been an issue all game for Vineland, is just kind of letting that first enforcer through. And then you're kind of scrambling as you lose track of what the play actually is supposed to turn into.
We need to get us about 6-7 yards here.
3rd and 15.
Vineland probably just outside of field goal range.
Calderon rolls out, fires, and it's off the mark. He's looking for Saquon Anderson.
4th down.
So Cherry Hill West holds, brings up another 4th. This time it's going to be 4th and about 15. Vineland at the 19-yard line. Talking 35-yard field goal.
I think here you have to send 2 receivers to the first down marker, or just, shy so that they have enough time and space to turn up and get the first down. You have to send 2 guys to the end zone.
If you have something hidden in your back pocket, something with some misdirection.
Calderon in shotgun. Carter in motion. He fires. He's going to Anderson, and it's off the mark, out of bounds. Calderon and Anderson haven't been on the same page tonight. Every time the ball's kind of gone his way, it's been a little overthrown. It's been a little off the mark.
So unfortunate that opening drive gets you just into the red zone and not able to convert. Look to see West come back out and quick hitters off tackle. See if Vineland can shore it up. Vineland adjust with tight formation with 5 down across the front. Diaz with perfect coverage. A minimal gain of about 2 or 3.
2nd and 8 here for Cherry Hill.
Oh,
high snap off the hands. And Vineland comes up with it. Aiden Barriento with the fumble recovery for the Fighting Clan. Great awareness there by Barriento to fall on that football.
Well, nice booth set up here. We have Cherry Hill in the middle of us, and I hear, "We got it." I'm like, "No way did you?" Because the Vineland coaches are at the far end. And I'm like, "No way did you get it?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's our guys on the other side there."
So the high snap results in a fumble recovery for Aiden Barriento and the Fighting Clan, and it's 1st and goal for Vineland.
Every snap has been perfect all game for them.
Mutcherson in motion. They hand it off. Charles Clark pushes his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Charles Clark.
Well, that looked easy gut in the middle on that play. A big turnover sets Vineland up just about where they left off at, and Clark pops it in.
Nice bullying run up the middle there for Charles Clark.
Well, I guess if I have two guys in between me and Clark, I'm going to start heading to the outside because he's done that all game. And this time plants his foot up the middle, has an easy way into the end zone.
Clark is quickly approaching double-digit touchdowns on the season, if that wasn't already number 10. Morello gets the hold down, and it is good. So with 5:51 to go here in this third quarter, Vineland takes a 14-3 lead.
And hear that? That's breathing room. Need a little bit of that.
Charles Clark has been unbelievable this year for the Fighting Clan. From that return against ACIT that felt like, you know, he had a new lease on his career coming back from that injury and the trials that he had in recovery and everything. The way that he was running, it looked like he hadn't missed time at all. And as the season has progressed, he has just been so dynamic and so pivotal for this Vineland offense. And he just continues it here in this last regular season game as well.
And the patience that he has. And I'm not speaking of running the ball, just with injury and then being held out a little bit waiting. ACIT game was trudging along and it was getting late early, and he gets in there, has more touches than you planned on, but that was something that really turned all the momentum around. Much like we were talking last week's player of the game, Carter, like that first down catch on 3rd and 12 that we continued to go, and that was something that jump-started the season for us. So another pop-up, fair catch called for at the 31. Excuse me, the 29. So West really didn't get to do much with the football. One play and then the high snap, fumble, turnover. And they'll try again, but when they touch it this time, they're down 11 instead of down 4. Heard the crowd starting to get into it with the adversity of the interception being called back, and that score has just put a hush back over the crowd. I don't think we need a haunted hayride walking to the cars. It's dark. If you're not on the field, it's like pitch black out there. Not much around us here. The school and the main compound up front. So a false start on West.
False start penalty against West.
The school and the football field are further apart than at Egg Harbor. And
Yes.
we all know Egg Harbor, and we're going to get to see Egg Harbor, aren't we?
Apparently, according to the sources that be,
Your inside sources.
Vineland's next game will be this coming Wednesday at Gatone Stadium against Egg Harbor Township.
That's right, Wednesday, Sunday at Carvel.
Be a 6 p.m. kickoff, October 30th. That'll be my first game broadcast as a 31-year-old.
Oh, Barriento gets his hand up on that screen and knocks it down.
He's been fantastic in this game. He's been all over the field, obviously gets that fumble recovery there as well.
See if you're any different, because, you know, after a couple weeks ago, my first 2 games as a 56-year-old, I know it's hard to believe for those of you who know me, because not because of how I look, but my best behavior is acting like a 35-year-old. And after 30 years of doing this, I've never cursed. I've never said, it's like amazing.
2nd and 15 here.
Another screen.
And incomplete. And even on that last drive and on this drive now, there's a new quarterback in there for Cherry Hill West, number 12, Xavier Gandia. He was the one that had the high snap kind of tip off of his hand as well.
Can't see the slot up top if that's Baker or if Baker's out. I don't see him on the sideline.
Gandia looking to pass, faces some pressure, and he's taken down from behind by Noah Cruz.
Cruz and Mutcherson arrive at the same time, and just when you think he's squirting out, there we go. So we're at a loss of 17 on this one. So that rally, get back in drive goes backwards.
Just heard the booth next to us yell out, and I will yell it until I'm blue in the face every single time. Every level of every sport should have a database on how to pronounce every athlete's name. And that one's over the head of the punter. And through the back of the end zone, everybody do your safety dance.
Number 4 on the year.
Safety on the play.
Except the defense doesn't get this one, the special teams do. Between the Mutcherson return and a couple other good returns too that we're just so used to, we don't even say, oh my gosh, they returned it from the 5 to the 50. That's just what we do. But after a couple good returns, special teams cashes in again with a safety.
And it is now 16-3 Vineland. Like you mentioned, their 4th safety on the season. We'll have to do some digging and see if that's a new school record.
Oof.
You know, it's
I don't
rare.
even know what pile to dig in.
Right. It's rare to get, one in a season sometimes,
Well,
especially at this level. And, we had 2 in one game. And we had one last week and now another one this week.
And what's nice about anything like 2003 or 4 and up, they're all in a database that we can easily get to. But when you go back behind there, I know in the AD's office there's like a vault with books, but did they even put down that they scored? Did they put the score? You don't know. So if Baker for West is out, that would be a shame, and probably their last home game because they had senior night tonight.
That one is squibbed, and Noah Cruz bounces off his chest, but he recovers, picks it up.
Oh, so close.
A solid return there after the muff on the pickup on the squib, bring it up to the 40-yard line for Vineland.
Kind of like to see him carry the ball a little bit because he has the ability to, his shoulders are square and his hips are almost like the magician trick where you pull the middle of the girl's body out to the side. Because I don't know how he swum through that tackle attempt. Great field position for your Fighting Clan at the 40, looking to put their foot down here.
Keep it on that gas pedal as they lead 16-3 here late in the 3rd quarter.
First sound.
Motion. And they hand it off to Clark, who kind of navigates his way. Got real low and was able to pick up probably an extra 1.5 yards because of it.
Tenacious run. Gain of about 4.
Second and 5 here for Vineland. Calderon passing, completes it to Carter. He's met by his tackler almost immediately.
To number 4, Rayon Carter.
Nice catch there for Carter. It'll be 3rd and short now.
That short passing game like that is baby runs, you know. It's we're talking about Carter coming back to the football when they scramble. That's something today when Calderon gets out of the pocket, everybody's stretching. You know, you kind of would say like slot back, so your slot is always getting back towards him because he's had long throws to make when he rolls and he's under pressure. There are no easy gimmies in the middle or in the flat.
3rd and 3 here for Vineland. They give it to Clark, and he's got a 1st down and more. Clark stays on his feet and taken down hard at the 20-yard line.
Boy, that's what a fullback does is Phoebus leads the way and just clears a path, and Clark follows him right up into it. Phoebus still in there now at fullback as they get him set.
Mutcherson in motion. Calderon hands it off again. It's Charles Clark. Keeps those feet churning. That's how you know you're never out when Charles Clark is running the ball, because he is not stopping his feet until they are uplifted from that turf. And even then, you might even see him bicycle kicking in the air because he's always churning his feet to keep moving until that whistle's blown.
And it's been Clark all game. Haven't seen Thomas. 1 or 2 carries by Figueroa. Omar. I always want to say Otis. Omar doesn't have a touch yet today. It's been Clark's game to secure these ground yards, and he's getting better as the game goes on, and that means that line is leaning heavy on the defense and starting to be able to force their will.
Carter in motion.
Ooh.
They hand it off, and there's going to be a flag there for
illegal procedure, illegal motion, illegal shift. Call it what you want. Loss of 5 for the Fighting Clan. They had 2 guys moving and 1 didn't reset. One delay a game, 1 procedure penalty. The offense has really done well staying out of penalties. There's been a lot of face mask calls, and they've all been 5-yarders. So, I mean, it's more of the inadvertent. So that'll push Vineland back to a 3rd and 10 as we approach the end of this 3rd quarter with 1:25 and running. See if they go to Diaz down the bottom here.
Calderon rolling to the top of the screen, stays on his feet and goes out of bounds, picks up about 5.
Number 11, Elijah Calderon. Keeps the ball for Vineland.
Well, keep the offense out.
Our coaches down the way say, 4th down, let's go for it.
Yeah, and not because you can't make a 32-yard field goal, but because the risk of it blocked and they're in the game. You know, the risk of a bad snap, not a big deal. They get the ball, you know, but it's just a block. They've had 1 interception that got called back, and you saw, you know, that was a score, if not for a penalty.
4th and 7. Calderon looking to pass, fires, completes it for a 1st down to Rayon Carter.
Well, great job. And talk about standing in a pocket that was clean. I stick my hand in mine, it's dirtier than what was out there. That line is really pass blocking very well, and run blocking too, but in the beginning there was some pressure coming, and right now they're able, even if they're all manned up, nobody's getting beat. This line, when it started the year, they were all new starters. We graduated 5 offensive linemen last year that all started. And some seniors that were backups that played a lot. And for this young line to be in there and just get better each week, congratulations to them and their coaches.
Calderon hands it off. And tackled almost immediately is Charles Clark. Picks up one. It'll be 2nd and goal.
So Vineland probably one more play in this quarter. I got thrown off by the 16. I forgot about the safety going up on the board. I'm like, wait a minute. Now, right now, I'm getting the feeling that this is taking a little bit of time.
Motion. Calderon takes the snap, hands it off.
Ball.
And it's fumbled on the exchange. Cherry Hill West comes up with it to end the quarter. So not an ideal situation to end the quarter on, but Vineland will go into this 4th quarter leading 16-3. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the start of the 4th quarter right here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. And welcome back, everybody. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa up here in the booth with you as the 4th quarter is underway, and Vineland starts things off with a bang and slows up Cherry Hill West on 1st down to start this 4th quarter. And on an unfortunate fumble down here when you have an opportunity to kind of keep that foot on the gas pedal and put some more points on the board, but it's almost like you punted here.
Yeah, and they didn't have great field position with it. You're up to 2 scores, but on 1st down, it was one of the first times we've seen them try to sweep wide, and there was just nowhere to go. They lose about 4 yards on 1st down.
So 2nd and 14 here for West.
And with Baker out, the offense really needed to get back to that running attack.
Gondia looking to pass.
Oh, holding.
He fires, and it's intercepted by Saquon Anderson.
West pass is intercepted with the flag. By number 5, Saquon Anderson provided.
I think everybody needs to move away from Saquon because he's going to need to swallow in that air. Like, what an outstanding interception, and just hopefully just knock the wind out of himself, which isn't fun. Is not something you want, but hopefully that's it for him.
I didn't sound as animated on that because it sounded like that holding, looked like that holding was going to get called, and nothing gets called. But hopefully Saquon's okay. But he comes up with a big interception, his 2nd of the season.
And the score is still tight. You know, it's 13 points, and kind of seemed like that interior holding not being called is kind of like you're in a 20, 25-point game, and it's not the case. Well, Anderson back to his feet. He seems to be walking all right.
So after the fumble to end the 3rd quarter, Vineland gets the interception back and regains possession here in some pretty ideal field position.
Yeah, and just getting started here in the fourth with 11 minutes left. You probably got another 5 minutes in your pocket. Start to get to the point where you wonder how many possessions they're going to have. They being Cherry Hill West. So why not hold on to this one or pop it in?
They hand it off. They actually fake the handoff, and it's off the mark. Almost like he didn't follow through with his body on that throw. You know, it kind of just stays sideways. He stayed flat-footed. He's got to push himself into that throw, does Calderon, and that's an easy catch for Diaz if he does.
Kind of almost like it gets stuck in your hand, and you see that in baseball a ton where it might not have been sitting right, but just having a hard time connecting those two. And then you watch the very next, just like before, the next play, a perfect throw in a perfect route.
So Rayon Carter, the receiver, to the top of your screen. Diaz in the slot. Mutcherson at the bottom of your screen. And they'll hand this one off to Charles Clark.
Well, I thought Clark was down, picked up a couple more. I can remember back to Clark's freshman year, which was really good also. But it was that down and distance. You know, what are we trying to do with the football? And sometimes some lateral runs. And he is hitting up inside there, and he's not a big guy. And his tenacity, like you mentioned, pinballing around but staying north and south, he really helps set things up moving forward.
It's going to be about 3rd and 6 here for Vineland. Calderon rolling out, directing traffic. He fires, and it's complete, but there's a flag. Mutcherson comes up with the catch there. We'll see what the flag is about.
Another ineligible receiver downfield.
Ineligible man downfield penalty against Vineland.
Don't see that a lot on straight passing plays normally. Usually get that when somebody thought it was a run. They fire out too far. So 2nd and 11. Calderon under pressure. He gives ground. He floats it towards the sideline. Incomplete. He probably gave 20 yards just trying to avoid the sack and does a nice job getting rid of it near a receiver to keep it at 3rd and 11.
It is supposed to be 4th and 11.
Yeah, I believe the ineligible downfield is 5 yards and a loss of down. Not always sure how rules are between high school, college, and pro.
I've always said the sooner we can streamline all of them,
Yeah.
the better off the sports will be.
Especially when it's not about safety.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as the RPOs are going out of pro football, you get a lot less of it. But I remember as a kid, it was if they step out, it's a run. If they don't step or step back, it's a pass. And playing in the NFL or big-time college with these RPOs, you're reading run block. It's one thing if you're up on the line, but if you're a backer, you know, you got to play the run and the pass. So sure enough, it is loss of down. So 4th now, 4th and 11.
Carter in motion. Calderon steps up, firing to the end zone. Just off the mark.
Corner on Caswell's incomplete. West will take over on
It was
down.
Mason Afanador was the intended receiver there.
For their own 34-yard line.
So back with the ball goes West. They've not been able to do much with it since the quarterback has been out.
First and 10 here for West, and that's a false start.
Yeah, Vineland with just a 3 down lineman and everybody else back off the ball. Road whites look very nice tonight.
Some good accent off the all purples for Cherry Hill West with their white helmets. First and 15 here. They'll hand it off. Picking up quite a gain there is Clayton Tyson.
Late flag.
There's a flag on the flag.
So Afanador out of bounds with the player, gave a little shove. Not much of a shove, but they were on the other side of that white line, so 15 more.
West takes the snap, hand it off. And a nice tackle there by a group of Vineland defenders. I believe it was Zincraft in there. Mark Mutcherson as well.
Zincraft fighting through a double hold. They're just not calling it in the middle. They're just not calling it. You saw on that one, their late motion had us all adjusting, and you start flat-footed and you're still able to hold your ground. A nice job by the freshman.
2nd and 8 here for Cherry Hill West, under 9 minutes to go. Gandia slings it wide open, is the receiver. It's number 2, Brandon Johnson.
I think it may be time to regroup a little bit as momentum has switched.
Two big plays on this drive here for Cherry Hill West to put them in scoring position. Gandia facing some pressure. And it's incomplete. Intended for number 14, Storm McCray.
So with 8:10 to go, Vineland needs to slow this momentum down. It's one thing if they got down there with 3 more minutes off the clock, but it's been quick moving. 2 big plays, a 15-yard penalty, and it's time to tighten back up. And apparently you're not going to see a hold call between the tackles. So Phoebus complaining a couple plays ago as he was mugged.
Second and goal here. Vineland coming with pressure. Mutcherson comes up with the sack.
Boy, the quarterback does a great job to roll away from him, but Mutcherson too fast and too long as he extends almost like his reception out on his belly and trips him up.
I believe that's the third sack for Vineland tonight.
So they're way back on this third and goal. A new body in there at the bottom of that line.
Gandia rolling out. Fires to the end zone, and it's overthrown out of bounds. That'll bring up fourth and goal.
Brandon Lopez comes in on the bottom for Vineland. Starts his pass rush, and he probably needs a different jersey as he's stretched out and held. It's almost like they let you get away with the hold, and we need to start holding, on offense.
Gandia gets hit as he throws and falls incomplete.
So Vineland bends but doesn't break. Offense gets the ball back. 7:02 to go. Deep in our own end, right about the 17-yard line.
It was Saquon Anderson that was reaching out for that incomplete pass. He just fell probably a yard shy of getting his second interception of the game.
And that would have been a horrible interception, as we would have started with the ball on the 2-yard line instead of all the way out here at the 18. We had one of them for the other. It wasn't the other team last
Highland
week.
did it last week.
Highland did it. They would have had the ball at like the 35. Instead, the kid picks it off and gets stopped at like the 2-yard line, and we get a safety.
Calderon hands this one off to Charles Clark. Bounces around the outside. Clark stays on his feet. An angry run there, but a flag flies in.
That came in early. Pretty much before any contact was made with anybody. Probably a formation foul. Don't know that one. 2 hands on top of the head that he's. So procedure and another foul. Well, back to the 9-yard line. Let's get that down marker guy where he belongs. Come on, buddy. So clock running under 7 minutes. 1st and 18.
Mucci in motion. Calderon hands it off. Clark evades a tackle off the rip. Picks up more positive yards. Charles Clark has been a grinder tonight for the Fighting Clan on the ground.
Let that clock keep on rolling.
Picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 15 upcoming for Vineland. Low snap. Calderon gets the handoff away. That'll They'll bring up third down. Cherry Hill West saying they came up with the football.
That was a formation and a procedure.
It's 3rd and 15. Calderon readies. He's in shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking to pass, fires, and it's off the mark. Xavier Diaz, the intended receiver. And
it's been the story of the night. Those two just a step away.
Both he and Saquon Anderson have not been able to come up with the passes that have come their way.
Well, in that one, as it's coming towards us, the defender, he steps inside the defender, and that was the difference in it on target or not.
So 4th and 15 here. Vineland will punt for the first time in a while here on 4th down. That one definitely got deflected or something because there was no hang time, no air whatsoever.
Well, timed perfectly from the bottom guy on the line because no offside, which means he was just on it perfectly, and that pulled the protection out to get him and let somebody sneak through the middle. So great field position now for Cherry Hill with 4:40 to go, down 2 scores.
So Cherry Hill West will have the ball at the 18. This one off. A nice stop there by the Vineland defense. Fanador, Cruz, Mutcherson, and Ben Rojas Torres were all in there to make the stop.
Looked like Madden, the team tackle, and then they all get up the same time and go back.
Xavier Richardson on the carry. 2nd and 7. Gandia fires. And it's incomplete, no flag. My only justification there is that he threw the ball in kind of an uncatchable area.
Either that or both have a shot at the ball, and he was
Right.
kind of obstructing us getting there.
So 3rd and 7, under 4 minutes to go here in regulation.
All right, set your guy up. You should have been saving a move. Let's go, D-line.
A lot of pressure coming through for Vineland, and that one's incomplete. Barrios, the intended receiver. Sorry, the intended receiver there was actually Brandon Johnson.
So Vineland trying to hold on to get to 5-3 with Egg Harbor coming in Wednesday. We have a player down with 3:46 to go.
It's Xavier Richardson.
Talk about have a move to get pressure, you know, as former defensive linemen. It's like if we happen to have a slant on, I'm going to lean and let my guy know all day long, and then you save it for that big third. You give a little lean like you're going, and then you work back. But that time, Vineland just really confused them, overloaded the middle with some backs and some line shift. Big pressure on the quarterback that's in now, you know, not the starter. He did a great job just to get away and get rid of that ball.
Yeah, we haven't seen Hayden Baker pretty much this entire half.
Yeah, and unless he's in the gray hoodie on the side. But I thought we had one on crutches early from them. So hopefully he's all right. He was certainly dynamic in this one while he was in there. Kind of like a two-headed attack coming in, Baker and Barrios, but others shine tonight. But then without him there, they're hanging tough. And they have a chance here at 4th in the red zone.
4th and 7 here. Flag flies in, we'll see.
I don't know if 66 is clapping because he's happy or clapping because he moved. He's happy. Good discipline by that offensive line. It's going to make it close to a first down. Probably need a couple more. Make it 3.
Cherry Hill West calls a timeout with 3:45 to go in regulation right before this 4th and 2.
Well, that safety's looking pretty nice. Without that safety, we're up 11. And I learned this before, 8 and 3 is 11. And they're within field goal range for their kicker, but it doesn't help because of that safety. I bet you a game like back in 1918 had about 9 safeties.
They won 18-4.
All right.
Fourth and 2. Big down for both teams here.
Full house backfield? No, he's stepping in the shotgun.
They'll take it. Pick up a first down more as a direct snap to the running back, Clayton Tyson. And they're quick to get to the line.
As the clock will stop for a second till the ball's made ready for play. False start. Sorry, I thought I was home for a minute watching TV. I yell like that. And I stand and watch football games just like this.
Last 2 plays there, obviously that one was blown dead. They took the quarterback out and we're going direct snaps to the running back, Clayton Tyson. As Xavier Gondia now checks back in, number 12 for Cherry Hill West.
And the clock is running off that offensive foul.
Just over 3 minutes here in regulation. They hand it off to Tyson. And he's down inside the 5.
Yeah, they kind of need to move a little quicker, eh? Down to 2 timeouts. Spending a lot of time in the huddle. 54 to the lineman playing fullback here. See if he tries to lead the way.
That's Tyson, and he's down short of the goal line. Good stop there for Vineland. This clock is just over 2 minutes.
Man, again, this kind of think on that timeout, you call 2 plays and you hit the second one again, or you go 1 or 2 and you hit either one. Should be a 2-word exchange in the huddle, but we're under 2 minutes.
And the snap is botched. Cherry Hill West falls on it. Rayon Carter makes the tackle.
Well, they did a good job getting down there and then just takes them out of it. They're on the 2-yard line. Then look what Vineland did. You know, you make a stop at the 2. You make a stop at the 2 again. Like, great job not just giving in to that, oh, he's going to get in, but you come up, you fill, you finish. And 30 seconds ago, I'm like, oh, good. We got another 20 seconds by making that tackle before they get in. And then that's why now you're in great shape.
As they continue to take a long time to get to the line, and the clock is now under a minute.
Even in midget football, or when I coached freshmen, we had.
And Vineland calls a timeout.
You had, even back in the day with Coach Parentazzi, you had plays you could call at the line. You had like 4 runs and 2 passes and either side, and the quarterback, red, 18, even number, red, we're going right with it. Like, they've wasted almost 3 minutes.
56.3 on the game clock. And it'll be
55.
4th and goal from the 17 after that botched snap. They lost 15 on that.
You know, and they got themselves set up with the partially blocked punt. You know, nothing Brosh could do on that one. They sent everybody, and it was good that he had enough leg on it to push it forward, but got themselves in great field position. And
Five DBs for Vineland. Gandia throws to the end zone. And it's incomplete off the hands of Xavier Diaz. But Vineland will take over on downs with 47.9 seconds. Probably take 2 knees here. And
let's see if West uses a timeout or not. I'm just trying to do the math. I can't do it in my head. Being Italian, I do it with my fingers like this. So I'm like, take a knee timeout, take a knee timeout. 3rd down, take a knee. 30 seconds off the clock. 4th down. You're up 2 scores. Maybe you just run it a couple times, see what they do. Oh, we're tight. So after a 3-game homestand,
Calderon takes that first knee, and Cherry Hill West calls their first timeout of 2.
I think an Aaron Rowan quote. For who? For what? For the guys to win the game.
42 seconds remaining. If all stands well, Vineland going to capture their 5th win of the season.
And I'll look for number 6 at a midweek matinee. It's almost like, for those of you old enough, the matinee movie, you know, you hit it a little bit on a wrong date, and Wednesday night.
Yes, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time at Gatone Stadium. It'll be your Fighting Clan playing host to Egg Harbor Township, a rivalry we know all too well, a Cape Atlantic League showdown in the postseason. As Calderon takes a knee again. And Cherry Hill West calls their final timeout. Little pre-Halloween matchup for your Fighting Clan next Wednesday, and we're collecting game days like they're infinity stones at this point. Played on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and now we're adding a Wednesday to the mix.
Yeah, I was trying to get a look at the bracket, you know, consolation bracket we're in, but that's not posted up yet. Wait on that timeout. Egg Harbor right now 4-4.
Saw EHT last season on our homecoming.
Egg Harbor put it on St. Joe's this year, 35-13. Lost to 32-29 to Bridgeton.
Vineland lines up. Takes that knee.
And that'll do it.
That clock will run down. The boys head to the sideline. And Vineland is going to improve to 5-3 on the season. A 16-3 victory here for your Fighting Clan. And the first victory this season, Rich, where Vineland gave up points and come away victorious.
Just a little bitty points, 3 of them there, and this game was kind of in flux early on. And we talked about we should be able to run it. We didn't early, but late it became obvious as the offense was able to move the ball when they needed to. A couple big plays against the defense that led to the scoring drive, but really a solid football game by Vineland once again, and a very game opponent in Cherry Hill West, playing one of their better games that they've had. So we go to 3-2 in conference. They go to 2-3, puts us in third behind Pennsauken and Eastern, who both teams have lost to. And then we get to the point we always, if we had Oakcrest back now, if we had this. The growth of the offense, the tenacity of the defense, specials playing well. You know, we're moving in the right direction at the right time. I look forward to Wednesday night.
Big time win for your Fighting Clan here. Big thank you to Doug Ziola and our entire production team for Vineland Public Broadcasting for making tonight's regular season finale a large success. And congratulations to the Fighting Clan. A 16-3 victory here on the road against Cherry Hill West. For Rich Scarpa, I'm Kyle Bennett. We will see you back at Gatone Stadium on Wednesday night, 6 p.m. against Egg Harbor Township. Everybody have a safe and wonderful spooky weekend. And we'll see you on Wednesday. And as always, go Vineland.